Shen's going to join us with some activity to help us with that post-lunch dip. So there'll be some agile management activities, and then we'll finish off with a Q&A. So exciting 50 minutes ahead. So, agile. We've spoken a lot about agile this morning, and I think it's fair to say that agile is no longer the domain of the geek. No longer do we have stand-ups and scrums. It's no longer an excuse for poor quality, knowing that you'll have a chance to fix it up in the next iteration. It's no longer one of those back-office initiatives. Agile is no longer an option. It's mandatory. It's mandatory for those who want to compete in the application economy, and governing agile is the critical element that needs to be mastered. There's no point working efficiently in pockets. There's no point optimizing subsets of resources or churning through features and releases if you're effectively working on the wrong thing. There's no point doing the wrong thing well, getting it to market, and nobody actually wanting it. What we're going to explore in this session about agile management is how the solutions available to help organizations on their agile journey and provide the appropriate levels of governance need to look at the governance dilemma. And I'll expand on this governance dilemma as we go through. We'll discuss how, by addressing the dilemma, organizations can find the balance between control of key factors, such as prioritizing portfolios of work or meeting regulatory requirements, and at the same time having the freedom to execute, allowing for innovation, responsiveness. We'll look how organizations can find a governance sweet spot. So in your dilemma, you will find a sweet spot. And this will differ from organization to organization. But the objective will always be the same. As Stephen stole from me this morning, well done, Stephen. The objective is to get the right people working on the right things at the right time. But to start with, can we just agree the following things? Picking up on what Ken said this morning. Everything is driven by software, either through connected, mobile, or web-based application. Customers would rather interact with an application rather than speaking to a live person. As a result, companies are feeling the pressure to develop new and engaging applications that deliver them at the right pace. Secondly, coming up with new ideas and applications is the easy part. Yeah? Executing on those ideas in a strategic manner so they actually result in innovative offerings that has an impact on the market is anything but easy. The process of moving from idea to execution is so often broken. Formulating plans takes too long, rendering them obsolete on arrival. Thirdly, businesses need a better and faster way to execute on their strategies. Leaders need to gain the expertise and practices required to capture ideas, convert them into meaningful work, and manage that work in a consistent, predictable way. We'll hear from PayPal later in the presentation about how they went about doing this. There's actually a YouTube video, a 45-minute presentation by PayPal, which you should get on YouTube, covering that exact topic. So, with those challenges in mind, this is the situation most customers face today. It's a bimodal execution model. That's to say, a combination of traditional models such as waterfall and agile methodologies. This actuation consulting study, I wanted to say another firm then, but this is actuation consulting, found that 45% of organizations chose a blended approach. That's waterfall, agile, sometimes both at the same time. But 2 out of 3 use an approach other than agile. This is the governance dilemma. How do you put in place a business model that accommodates multiple execution models, and to what levels you need to apply the governance controls to these models? In addition, application lifecycle management tools, from planning to executing, have not necessarily supported this bimodal approach. Nor have your organizations been properly coached on how to plan, change, and execute in today's application economy. To survive in the application economy, businesses are required to plan and execute across traditional and agile methodologies. And in this session, we'll look into and have the opportunity to discuss with Shen how our ecosystem of solutions and consulting can bring that together. So what amplifies the governance dilemma is that many organizations run a traditional business approach of annual budgets, comprehensive analysis, detailed plans, the sort of linear approach that you see here. This approach is suited to traditional projects. It supported principles for things in a slower moving world. It would suit construction type projects, where materials take up the majority of the costs that are associated with execution. In the application economy, it's the labour cost or the labour scarcity which really drives the cost of initiatives. This traditional model that you see is suited to the likes of building a bridge, maybe a tunnel, maybe a new facility, but not the application economy. We need agility and responsiveness. Most importantly, this linear approach makes it difficult to understand funding investments, resources, and execution across all delivery models. We find that this linear approach has inherent issues with taking new ideas and bringing them to market quickly, completing corporate initiatives, or even taking advantage of new market opportunities. What we are seeing though, and Stephen spoke about this morning, is that some organisations are taking steps to benefit from the application economy. The digital disruptors, as we call them. In this study by Freeform Dynamics, they developed a digital effectiveness index. It was based upon a study of more than 1,400 IT and business execs and looked at those companies that are the furthest along their digital transformation efforts. In the survey, Freedom Dynamics looked at a combination of questions and responses that included customer retention, customer acquisition, profitability, new income streams, share of market, and overall revenue and profit. The top 14% were identified as the digital disruptors. These disruptors experienced what you see here on the screen. 2 times higher revenue growth, 2.5 times higher profit growth, and 1.5 times more of the revenue came from new streams of business. Where do you start this journey? Where do you start your agile journey? The first step is understanding where you are. How do you want to address your governance dilemma? How can you get the right balance and find your governance sweet spot? So to illustrate this, I'd like to introduce a sporting analogy. So in Australia, we use cricket as an analogy. That probably won't work here. So I thought I'd go with tennis. Does anybody not know the sport of tennis? Apart from Ken, does it, and Vic? Right. So the important people in the room know tennis, that's good. Okay, let's start with the entry point for a game of tennis. You need a scorer. This scorer is the observer. What they do is they passively note the current state of play. They don't get involved with the players, they don't influence the result in any way, they simply describe the current state. This is where many agile journeys start. By understanding what the current load is and what commitments have been made, and maybe whose turn it is next. So the current as-is situation. The next thing you need is an umpire. The umpire is not quite so passive as the scorer. This role knows the rules and how to apply them. The umpire guides the players to stay within certain boundaries. They tell the scorer when to mark a point, who scored it, and in the agile journey, this is the second stage, where workload is understood and the players are guided through the game. Next, you need a coach. The coach provides the players with the strategies to play the game. They understand the rules and the score, but once the game is underway, it's over to the players and the coach becomes passive. So what you really need to get to the end of your agile journey or to attain the goal of your agile journey is a player coach. The player coach is far from passive. They are out there with the players, helping them make decisions as the game evolves. This is where organizations need to head for players to be able to make the right decisions in the current context of the game, within the rules, to positively affect the scoreline in their favour. So, with our expertise, Shen's in the room, SEER helps companies attain this player coach level for its delivery teams so they can make the right decisions rapidly and accelerate their agile journey. And to help companies succeed in their journey, we focus on 3 key outcomes: sense and response to change, optimize business value, deliver that value faster. In addition, to help companies on their journey to become more agile, we've introduced agile management solutions. 3 elements underpin these solutions: the agile management and transformational consulting, the expertise, the coach, the player coach, to take you on your journey. The solutions, tools if you like, project portfolio management, and agile centric. What these agile management solutions do is equip organizations to compete in the application economy with integrated agile software and the consulting. CA provides the tools and expertise needed for strategic decision making, adaptive portfolio management, and fast, predictable delivery. The solutions help free up resources for growth, build customer feedback loops that foster the innovation. Our solutions help plan, prioritize, develop, and deliver value to customers. When we start, we look at the 3 following areas: your project management organization, to effectively balance governance by connecting the work of agile teams to the enterprise portfolio; development and operations, to make better portfolio steering decisions; and the executives. We coach the executives to gain the insights needed to make decisions on how projects are being executed, what's working from the customer's perspective, and what strategy might need to be fine-tuned. Our belief is that the agile journey begins with helping a company understand where to change, understand where to apply governance controls, understand their governance dilemma, and find their governance sweet spot. So let's go back to the start of the agile management journey. Many of the organizations we talk with have heard of agile management, agile development, and already have agile teams in place. However, these agile or scrum teams were probably created because someone said they would be twice as productive, for example. They'd build higher quality software, and their highly collaborative nature would be great for morale. Unfortunately, for many of the organizations we speak with, that vision doesn't become a reality. You can see the flow here. It's simplistic, it's confined. There's no true way to scale, no real way to really leverage agile at the organizational level. The agile teams didn't really change the way the organization creates value or allows it to build the right thing at the right time. It's impossible when operating in isolation, but you can't blame these teams. It's not the team's fault. Most organizations don't have the way to link their strategy to execution. They have not addressed or even accepted in some instances that they have a governance dilemma. They've optimized their organization at the lowest common denominator, the team level, and now they can execute efficiently in pockets on team level initiatives. In fact, according to the Standish Group studies, they still might be building the wrong things. The Standish Group survey suggests that 60 to 80% of the software features built by teams is rarely or never used. It's a lot of wasted effort. What you see on the slide is how CAPPM is positioned to capture business strategy and align that strategy to project execution. The degree to which the strategy is tied to execution will vary depending on the governance level. Some optional, such as stakeholder approvals, some mandatory, such as audit and compliance requirements. Later we'll hear from Toyota Financial Services how they have implemented business alignment and execution using CAPPM. So what can be done? How do we move to this level here? At CA we've taken the first step to addressing the dilemma, to help organizations take a step towards becoming disruptors. You can see here there's a 3-phase process to connect strategy and execution. Shen will talk more about this. We call it Ready, Sync, Go, and we've used it to help many organizations optimize the way they create value. We help them figure out how to build the right thing at the right time and create the most value for their customers. Ready, Sync, Go allows an organization to address the three most important factors of value creation: how their teams are organized to work together, how work flows through the organization, and how organizations plan and react to the ever-changing marketplace, the player-coach role. We address the governance requirements in the ready phase, the degree to which strategy needs to tie to execution. We look at things like rank, funding, resourcing, reporting, and we put together an enablement program. It's the transformation consultants who bring the expertise as we prepare for the sync phase. So having defined and aligned a strategy, initiated an agile management program, even after an organization does the hard work, we found that normally the initiative isn't successful if the organization can't answer a simple question: is the agile transformation working? I'll talk about PayPal in a minute about how they measured success, but too many organizations respond with, looks like it's working, feels like it's working. But here you see the role that CA Agile Central plays, giving you a way to know that the transformation is working. CA Agile Central gives you access to metrics to manage your transformation, to manage your efforts in an objective, fact-based way, to know how the impact of change you make. Fact-based decision-making, number of iterations, post-release defect density, all those things around how effective an agile program is, allows you to steer your transformation unerringly towards real success. So, once organizations understand how to change their culture and mindsets from agile coaching, technology can help them complete their journey to a better understanding of strategy and execution. By combining CAPPM and Agile Central, customers can fuse strategy. Agile managed solutions can consolidate information from around the organization to unlock the insights for the portfolio decision. Customers can get accurate capacity utilization and service performance data to understand demand and resource utilization. Staff members can run traditional financial and capitalization models within Agile or non-Agile frameworks so they can ensure money is spent wisely and efficiently. With CAPPM, the governance engine, customers get immediate and actionable insights into all project, application, and product investments, while staying connected to their Agile communities. This is the first step in addressing the governance dilemma. This is making sure you're working on the right things, doing the right things. With Agile Central, we're looking at doing the things right. Once you've decided what to do it in the right way. The CA solutions offer support for the entire process, from strategic plan, prioritization, establishing roadmap, and ensuring execution aligns back to those goals. You can track Agile development costs within overall technology spending, so they can more efficiently derive maximum value. Organizations can stick to business strategy and drive time to market. They more effectively evaluate investments up here at the front end, identify resource bottlenecks, analyze cost or overruns, and eliminate misaligned features or projects. By supplementing the Agile scale execution with the discipline of investment planning, customers can gain confidence that their efforts are optimized for the highest investment returns. So following the graphic here, with Agile Managed Solutions, the PPM and the Agile Central, we can help companies plan and execute work in a much quicker way. Customers can gain the expertise to get more agile from boardroom to development, from the idea to execution. Customers can better plan and deliver on portfolio investments. Customers can gain an understanding of funding investments and resources across all delivery methodologies. Customers can get management insights to know what products and solutions will have the most customer impact much quicker than before. customers can effectively gain balance, agility, and governance by connecting the investments of Agile teams to the enterprise portfolio. So who's done this? Who's been successful at this? A well-known Australian bank have been a user of our PPM tool for many years, using it across their Australian, New Zealand, and international technology operations. Initially selecting it to manage a strategic transformation program, to govern an acquisition of another bank, they produced executive progress and governance reports focusing on critical milestones that were aligned with the business objectives. They then rolled it out across their enterprise portfolio management group for program and strategic reporting. They now use it to align strategy with execution, and they're integrating the PPM solution with the CA Agile solution for all their Agile Run initiatives across their organization. PayPal. Again, PayPal are a CA PPM and CA Agile Central client. They introduced 4 pillars of change. The first pillar was customer-driven innovation, the feedback loops that Stephen spoke about in the Agile model. They introduced product ownership. Executives own products and have to make decisions around product direction. They moved an overall process to Agile where time boxing and value were of the most importance. And then they brought KPIs for the individuals involved so they could actually measure their success. And one factor, just to indicate how far they've gone on this journey, was they now have 6 windows per day to release code as a result of this Agile initiative. So PayPal were driven by that phenomenal competitive space they're in, and now they're managing to retain their position in the market. Now we're going to hear from Toyota Financial Services about their Agile and CA PPM journey.
I'm Russell Nelms. I'm the head of the Enterprise PMO for Toyota Financial Services in Australia. The Enterprise PMO is responsible for providing strategic change leadership and business impact assessment to the group executive and senior leadership teams for Toyota Financial Services. So the main challenges that we had before we looked at CA PPM was we had a number of resource contentions, and we also had issues with actually being able to make effective business decisions on the investment portfolio. Implementing CA PPM gave us the opportunity to actually provide more strategic decisions around the investment portfolio. I think it's important when you look at the strategy organization that you're able to break it down into core objectives and the initiatives that support each of those objectives. So we needed to make sure that we had a solution that was going to be able to provide fast and efficient performance. We also needed to make sure that we had a system that was going to be able to provide one solution for the organization, and CA PPM provides that solution. It is 100% a business tool. It's about delivering projects. Projects are about delivering a strategy or organization and getting business users to understand and have the visibility of the investments to deliver their strategy. I mean, that's empowering. And there's been a number of occasions where we've had to make decisions across the portfolio on what projects were to go forward, and what projects potentially need to be put on hold, and even in some cases, canceled. The ability to actually make this assessment soon using CA PPM has been able to provide us immense value. The relationship that Toyota Financial Services has with CA Technologies is very strong and very collaborative. They were actually helping us define the scope of the project, and they weren't just taking requirements from us. It's the fastest and smoothest implementation I've ever been through.
That's great. Thanks, Russell. And just a reminder, you can see the full presentation, Russell Nelms' presentation from CA World, and the PayPal story on YouTube. What I'd like to do now is the exercise I promised you post-lunch to help your digestion. Shen Young, one of our transformation consultants based here in Singapore, is going to spend a bit of time taking us through a typical Agile management exercise.
All right, thanks Rob. Good afternoon everyone. I hope you enjoyed everything so far. So in Agile, we learn by doing, and even better, we learn by playing games. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play a little game with you guys, and the game is called the Penny Game. And we're going to play the game with some simple coins. So here are the rules. So each table here is a team, and each member on the team represents a step in the team's workflow. So on every table there will be 10 coins. Our colleagues are distributing coins. And everyone's job is to flip all the 10 coins. And easy, right? So the workflow is somewhat linear. So what we're going to do is there will be handovers. So if one person is done flipping the coins, pass on to the next person. The next person will flip and pass on to the next person, until the last person is done finishing flipping the last coin. So what we're tracking here is simple: time. So we're tracking the cycle time. So we're tracking time between the first person flipping the first coin and the last person flipping the last coin. So this is the cycle time we commonly mention. So to make the game more fun, we're going to introduce some variants. So we're going to play around with the concept called bet size. So we're going to play the game in 2 rounds. In round 1, what we do is we flip all 10 coins. We pass to the next person. We repeat that until the last person is done. And in round 2, we're going to change the rule a little bit. We are going to flip 1 coin, pass it, flip another coin, pass it. So flip, pass, flip, pass. We repeat that until the last person is done with the last coin. So our volunteers here, our timers, they're going to track the cycle time of each round. So and we're going to do a comparison and see how bet size affects our cycle time.
I mean, is that flip, you just turn it over or you flip it?
Do whatever. Your way of doing it.
In English or speak? Yeah.
So do all 10, pass it on to him.
Okay, so
Wait. So should I start?
timers, please facilitate the team.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Very good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Pass it on fast.
Okay, 我给你们说几时按错哪？
Okay, can I start? I flipped them all.
Come on, Team Korea. Go, Team Korea. Go. Yeah, very good. Let's go.
I'm not in that team right now. Sorry guys. I'll do it. Okay. I'm not in that team right now.
Maybe we will base you here.
Okay. Let's go.
Done. Done.
What?
And now with round 1, start round 2.
No.
Yeah, just get started. Yeah.
Let's get started. Okay. So do flip all 10.
Here.
So what are we supposed to do again?
So flip
one, pass it.
Pass. 1 point,
Okay.
pass.
Okay. Flip 1.
Keep going.
One and pass.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now do 1, go.
Yes.
Okay, go.
And you do one at a time. One at a time.
This is something. This is
This is a world Olympic record.
Okay.
I just want to flip out. I just want to keep it Well, hopefully we won. Well, we'll find out in a second.
Yes, we won. No one went to report.
Excellent. There you go. Speed team here.
Yeah.
The dream team.
Guinness World Record. So they could have finished 3 times. They were that fast. Yes, 23 seconds.
Okay, I think we're all done.
Well done.
Yeah. Sorry, track first.
Variation is
Right.
Let's try to surprise me.
Okay, I think everybody's done. All right, how many teams has seen reduction in cycle time? Not every team, right? So how many teams have seen more than 50% reduction in cycle time? Great job, guys. So this is exactly what we're trying to achieve with Agile. So we break the long linear project cycles into smaller iterations, and we break down the work into smaller pieces, and we process them much faster in the whole system. So what this basically gains for us is we have shorter time to market. So with shorter time to market, we beat the competition and we gain more revenue because we capture most of the time value of all the features. Right, make sense?
Yeah, but we're estimating for the revenue.
Now we have the Q&A with Rob and Zhiyang. Thanks for that great interactive session. Rob and Zhiyang, please.